Hi, Happy New Year! Thanks for being here again today. Please keep me company as I talk about another design discussion. This time, it's so inspiring, it's so delightful, and so spectacular. Stick around. Today, I'm going to talk about Shangrila Mall. Shangrila Mall's Christmas decor. I know this is a post-Christmas post. Okay, but you guys really need to see this. It's so nice. It's so spectacular. I'm so inspired. I'm so excited. I couldn't sleep last night because when I saw the decor, whew, it was really, wow, very, very inspiring. So Shangrila, what is Shangrila? Shangrila is a mall that is also about 5 or 10 minutes away from where I live. It's right beside MEGAMALL. I talked about MEGAMALL in a previous video. So Shangrila Mall is quite the mall. Okay, it is a very high-end mall. It caters to the A-B crowd. So obviously, the designers who design or who make the decor create the decor specifically for that crowd, for that market, the high-end market. So Shangri-La is known for their classy, very, very classy decor, always themed. It's never just. Okay, so I don't know, I was hoping that this year would be like the previous years that they have done their decor. So I was very curious whether or not they would continue their tradition of being very classy, considering the pandemic, considering budget restraints, considering the times, considering the retail business, considering the mall business. Malls here in Manila are not yet allowed to operate at full capacity. Even during Christmas, there is much contact tracing being done. There is much social distancing being done. There are only a limited number of people allowed in the stores. So when I went inside Shangrila Mall, it was very, very empty. Like empty. Like I was the only one in the lobby. I was the only one in front of the tree. Anyway, Shangri-La's displays, whether it be Christmas, Chinese New Year, Valentine's, Halloween, they're always very classy. They always have a cultural touch. They're always very well researched, and well designed, and they're really always designed for the high-end market. Also very festive. I'm only going to talk about the main decor, which is the tree. Okay, so going into Shangri-La, before when I step out of the car or at the main entrance, they have a revolving door, and they usually put garlands there. Now they usually decorate that part of the door, on top of the door. So that's what you see now. I have a video clip. So that's what you see now. And at first, my first impression was, oh my God, what is this? It's so bland. Like it's so bland. Like the colors were so muted. So muted. I'm like from a distance, if you're looking at it from a distance, it's not very attractive because the colors, if you compare it to other malls, not very bright. No, so very, very muted. And I thought, oh my, what will I find inside? Will I find anything interesting inside? I went in and I went directly to the floor where they usually have the Christmas tree, or where they usually have the Christmas display. And oh my God, it wasn't there. There was no tree. They usually have it like near the at the foot of the escalator. It wasn't there. And I'm like, oh no, oh no, where is the tree? And so I decided to go up one floor, and whew, finally it was there. They had put the tree not in its traditional usual place. Year after year they put it in a certain floor. But this year they had put in place of the stage, the performance stage, in front of the fountain. That's where they put the tree. And so this year they did not have any performances. They did not have any caroling performances. They did not have any orchestra performances, which they usually do to attract people to the mall. And it feels really festive when they have this performances. So it's always 2 weeks before, or the whole month of December. They have every day performances. Some are opera, some are jazz, some are children's choir, some are ballet performances. But they're all cultural. No, they're all cultural, and they always add to the Christmas feeling of the mall. Okay, so this year, so they usually set up a big stage, a semi-permanent stage. It stays in one place. I mean, the stage stays in one place for the whole duration of the Christmas season. This year, there was no stage, but in place of it, there was a Christmas tree. So the size of the Christmas tree, holy cow. This is even taller than the previous mall I discussed, the previous decor that I discussed. I think it must have been around 50 feet. If you look at the people reference in the video, the people look tiny as compared to the tree. So I would guess it's around 50 feet, 45 to 50 feet. And very, very big, wide, very wide. So coming up from the escalator, my first impression, wow, what a big tree. And I got it, that their colors are really muted. So the tree, design-wise, I had to go up close to really see the decor. I had to really go up close. I couldn't decipher it from afar, from where I was standing at the landing of the escalator. I couldn't decipher what the theme was. I had to go near, and wow, when I went near, wow, I saw the tree was decorated with butterflies. Okay, big butterflies, like big. Okay, so if you have a big tree, you have to have big ornaments. Okay, you cannot go with tiny cute ornaments. You have to go with big. You have to play with scale. You have to get your proportions correct. Okay, so the proportion of the butterfly to the size of the tree was perfect. So they had big butterflies around that big, maybe 4 feet, maybe 3 feet in diameter, in wingspan, 3 feet each. And that was the main decor of the tree. Different colors of butterflies, different combinations of their wings, different color combinations, but all muted colors. Very soft pastels, muted maroons, dark greens, dusty gold, dusty blue, dusty pink, mint green. Ooh. So I'm thinking maybe the fantasies, or the theme. So I'm thinking maybe the theme is fantasy. Butterflies, fantasy. I'm thinking maybe the theme is woodland. Okay, woodland, fairy. Actually, it even reminded me of this movie that I saw a few years back. The movie is called Fairytopia. It's a Barbie movie. Okay, yes, I watch Barbie because I like the stories of Barbie. But yeah, Fairytopia. It reminded me of the fairy forest. It had that feel. It had that feel. Looking around the tree, going around the tree, I had that. It's like the butterflies would come alive at any time. So aside from butterflies, they also had flowers, big flowers, no, big, huge flowers, also around 2 to 3 feet in diameter. And these are special flowers. Like some of them even had lights in the center. And also they had balls, no, big covered balls. And I haven't seen any of these decor before. I haven't seen them use any of these decor before, so I suspect they had them made specially for this year. I suspect. No, and of course lights. They had a lot of fairy lights, which makes sense because I think really the theme is fairy. So, but what's interesting about their decor? Okay, so butterflies. So what if it's butterflies? But the interesting thing was the attention to detail. Okay, so it's not just putting or ordering a huge butterfly and sticking it on the tree. Okay, and it's really attention to detail. If you go up close, and I was this close, you could touch the butterflies, you could touch the flowers, of course, but I didn't. Okay, I didn't. There was an invisible sign that said, "Do not touch." Okay, so I was this close to the decor, to each butterfly, and the attention to detail. Wow. If they look good up close, okay, that's the test. If things look good up close, you know that the construction and the execution has high quality. No, high quality. You can see that the fabric that they used was not cheap. Okay, the butterflies were made of fabric, embroidered, glittered, sewn, very intricate patterns. You know that whoever made these butterflies made them with much expertise, made them over a long period of time. They didn't just make them overnight, made them with a lot of effort, research, made them with a lot of love, actually, I would say. A lot of effort and love. So it wasn't only the butterflies that were very well made. Everything was very well made. The flowers, I could touch the flowers, and the materials they used. Wow, sequined fabric, glittery fabric, which are very expensive. If I can say that, the materials are very expensive. They don't look like cheap organza. They don't look like cheap glittered fabric. No. These are high quality materials. And well, this is expected. I expect this of Shangrila. Okay. I don't expect this of other malls, but I expect this of Shangrila, and they delivered this year. So all the decor, wow. They look super expensive. Okay, they look super expensive. My only comment is that from afar, the tree doesn't look like it has any accent. So it just looks like all one shook. It looks all one color. Your eye doesn't go wow. It just looks at the tree like this. But if you go up close, you really see the attention to detail. Okay, and then there was a surprise in the middle of the tree. So it's not just outside, okay? They thought of not just decorating the outside, but doing something inside. So like in other malls, they plan or they try to have the display or to make the display as interactive as possible. They want people to linger, they want people to take pictures, they want people to take selfies, no? But it didn't feel I wanted to take a selfie. Okay, it didn't feel like marketing for me at Shangrila. It didn't feel marketing. It didn't feel pushed. It didn't feel forced. So what they did this year was, instead of putting decor around the tree, which they normally do, they create like a scene. They create like, if it's a woodland theme, like this year, if it's a woodland theme, they create, maybe they would create a small forest beside the tree. Maybe they would create like a pond. No, maybe they would have like a log cabin. Perhaps that's what I'm thinking. But this year, since probably the budget constraints, no, they played with the inside of the tree. So you could actually go inside the tree, walk around inside, and wow, I went inside. Okay, so I'm going inside. You can see the video. I'm going inside. And it's like, okay, the outside of the tree, if you compare it, the outside of the tree, butterflies are feeding on the flowers. Butterflies are feeding on the flowers. But inside the tree, it's pristine. It's covered in white fabric, all white fabric, with just touches of butterflies hanging onto nice twigs, nice woodland twigs. And I had the feeling of, this is the home of the butterflies. This is where the butterfly queen lives. Like it was like I was waiting for the butterfly queen to arrive. It felt so magical. It felt so surprisingly magical. And I looked up and there was like a cascade of sequins from the ceiling. And it's really ingenious, and it really made use of that empty space inside the Christmas tree. So design-wise, it was so nice. They reused space very well. No, they made very good use of the space. Instead of expanding it outside, they made use of the inside space that is not really used. No, that's never used in any display. I felt very, very Christmassy. Even if like butterflies are not a traditional symbol for Christmas. Okay, I felt Christmassy. It felt very magical. It felt very fantastical. No? It felt very... Actually, it felt very serene inside the tree. It felt very peaceful. So I think if kids were to see this display, they would just love it. Kids of any age would love this display, the very interactive display. I'm just sad that kids were not able to go to the malls this year. Okay, it's just sad. So I talked about materials. Their fabrics were very, very nice fabrics, all specially embellished. I mean, I haven't seen any fabrics that are embellished in that way, ready to buy. No, you buy the fabric and then you embellish it and then create the butterfly. And that to me is attention to detail, and that's a big part, That's a big part of a stylist's job, of a designer's job. You have to think of the details, not just how to construct, not just how to put things together, not just the color scheme, but like, what if people go up close? What will they see? What does that say about your mall? What does that say about your design? What does that say about your craftsmanship? So attention to detail is very, very important when making a display that is meant to be interactive and that is meant to have people go very, very close to it. It felt like I was looking at the product of Santa's workshop. It was really wow. Okay, wow. It made me think, actually. It made me want to ask, who did the decor? Like, I wanted to meet this person. I wanted to ask the guard, who made your decor? Okay, I wanted to meet him. I wanted to pick his brains. How did you do it? No? What was your concept? Why this? Why that? Why did you do this? How did you do this? Why this color? Why these color schemes? Who was the designer? It made me want to ask these questions. It felt like the design is very intelligent design. Intelligent, intentional, and inspired. So I go around the tree and then I find a small signage that tells about the theme that they wrote there. Why is it this theme? No, they talked about their theme there. And lo and behold, it's not a fantasy theme pala. Okay, so I was wrong. Their theme is, they have a hashtag. It's hashtag work from hope. Which I think is genius because, okay, work from hope, the hashtag itself is so genius. They just changed one letter, work from home, became work from hope. So this Christmas was all about having hope for them. And then it made so much sense. Butterflies symbolize hope. There is no other symbol, no other symbol that can capture the essence of hope better than butterflies. And that made so much sense for me. And all the more, I felt, wow, I'm really looking at a display that was well thought of, well researched, very intentional, very inspirational, very inspired, no? Very intelligent. So this display had a lot of meaning. It was very meaningful and it had a lot of depth. It wasn't just putting symbols on the tree, and it wasn't just about making the tallest tree, although I think they did have the tallest tree. It wasn't about having the best color scheme. It was not about having the very interactive tree where you can go inside and be transported. It was about hope. And that for me is so nice. It's really so nice. Okay. So for me, I think there was one thing lacking. Even if there was all the wonderful color scheme, very muted, very soft, very serene, peaceful, hopeful, no? Even if the tree was very, very tall, even if the decor were very well handcrafted, even if the concept, no, work from hope, very nice, very, very meaningful with depth, very tastefully done, very tastefully decorated, very tastefully done, very classy, very expensive looking. I think there was still one thing lacking, which I think they forgot to do. Can you guess what thing was lacking? Okay, for me, what was lacking was the oral element. The sound. If they had piped-in music, of any music, I don't know, I don't think I would be able to curate the music for them, but any music that is that would match their theme, that would have made the experience even more spectacular. So for me, that was one thing that was lacking. There was no music. The mall was silent. The mall was very quiet. Of course, there were no people, but still, pipe-in music makes a big difference. I mean, I think music, more than art, more than visual, creates an impact with a person. No, it transports you. This display transported me, but it could have transported me even more if they had music. If they had music playing. If they had some ambience playing in the background. So my rating. But before I give my rating, I'd like to invite you all to please consider liking, subscribing, and clicking the notification bell on my channel so that you can get notified whenever I post new videos. And I do have a lot of new videos coming up. And please feel free to comment below. Give me your rating. Share with me your thoughts of this Christmas tree, of Shangri-La's Christmas tree, that is so inspiring for me. I wouldn't know if it is inspiring for you. Let me know. You know what to do. Just type your comments down below. So we come to the final part. My rating. Okay, my rating for this year's Shangri-La's. Okay, my rating for Shangrila Mall's 2020 Christmas tree, 2020 Christmas decor, I give it a 9. Okay, I give it a 9. Big 9, 9 over 10. Okay, so very high. Number 1, colors, very elegant, very tasteful. Elements, very tastefully done, very well crafted. Okay, concept, very well thought of. Okay, and they were really working with the concept. They had a concept in mind and they really fleshed it out. They really fleshed out the concept. They made it a reality. No? What's important there is the customer. The customer feels their energy. No? The concept translates into the customer's eyes. So, as a designer, if you design it, the designer might understand the design. But when it comes to the customer might not understand the design. I did. Okay, and that makes a big difference. Concept, translating the concept easily for customers is a big plus for me. Elements, the symbols that they chose were in relation to the concept, which is good. Materials, they used very good materials, which I haven't seen other malls use, which they are known for. They stuck to the brand. They stuck to their look. So Shangri-La has a look that they always go for every year. Of course, this year it wasn't, they didn't have as much decor as they usually have, because they usually have things hanging from the ceiling, decor at every entrance, they decorate the escalators, they decorate pockets. But this year it was only the entrances and the tree, but that was enough. I mean, for me, to even think of having people go inside the tree is like, who thinks of these things? I want to meet the designer. Please, if you know the designer who designed this, who conceptualized this, or if you know the team, let me know. I want to congratulate them. So I give it a 9. I give it a 9, not a 10, because I think there was one thing lacking, which is the oral element. But other than that, it was spectacular. Spectacular. So there, that's my review. Thank you all for watching. Please do tune in again for other videos. See you soon.